Everybody, good day, good day, good day, good day. Welcome to May 3rd. Thank you all for being here. Thanks for being awesome. Today, we're going to talk about an amazing topic, a very dear topic to my heart. It's a beautiful topic, and if you haven't heard of this topic, you're missing out. So, I'm going to encourage you to think of persistence and think of persistence in terms of sales. That's kind of want to lead the conversation in terms of persistence with regards to sales. So, welcome and thank you for joining me. Thanks for following me. I'm also going live here on my Restream channel, which is hitting YouTube, it looks like, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. So, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. Thanks for being here. I decided to talk about persistence today because I was writing an email on sales, and that's the topic that came to me in the morning. I enjoy sales. I'm learning a lot about sales, teaching sales, and just love the topic of persistence and how you can persist, how you can really get juiced up, but without it, not a lot happens. So, so thank you for joining. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching live, and thanks for inviting others to the room. So, persistence and sales closing. That's the topic that's been happening today. That's kind of what we're talking about. And what does that do? What's really going on? I'm going to give you two key points at the end. We won't be long, 15, 20 minutes, because I do have a class at 1. But it's about sales today, the class. So if we have not met, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. My name is Kamal. I am a student and teacher of Thinking into Results. And we use the material that has been summarized by the legends from Andrew Carnegie all the way through Napoleon Hill, Earl Nightingale, and Bob Proctor. Rest in peace, Bob, my previous mentor, to teach you how to fall in love with your business and really get the game going, get the juices flowing. Many of you have started something that you thought you like, you still kind of like, but you're lacking somewhere, somehow. So, what we help you with, we help you really fall in love with that business all over again. We use Think and Grow Rich material, we use Thinking into Results, and we help you, cross the bridge so that you can start getting the results that you want. So, today I'm going to talk about persistence. And as I was studying in my favorite book, and here's my favorite book, Think and Grow Rich and Thinking into Results, which is here somewhere. Here's my other book, Thinking into Results. So if you want this material, if you want to study it with me, reach out. My information is in the bio. I look forward to speaking with many of you soon. So the best way is basically how to get hold of me as we do some housekeeping things here is to book an appointment. Like that's the easiest way. Book an appointment, and that's the easiest way to get hold of me. There's also my phone numbers in my bio, so you can also do that. But booking an appointment is the easiest way, I think, to give you the time that you deserve to talk about yourself, your team, any of the things that come up that you want to discuss. So here's my calendar link here on live, so you can see that. So persistence, right? What is that about? Well, in my book, in my Think and Grow Rich book, right, persistence is chapter 9, and the chapter is just phenomenal. I want to see if I can share the screen here as well, so that we can get you to see it. Here we go. So it looks like it's being streamed now. So look at that persistence, right? I mean, if you look at what's on the screen here, this is the sustainable effort to induce faith. So you're probably believing in something, you're probably working on something, and you need that persistence to induce that faith. And this is not religious, this is not about any specific religion, it's more about you persisting in the factors, in the effort, in the business that you're in. And if you're not in any business, you should be in some kind of business. Even if you are employed, you should have something going on because you never know what happens. But right away, as I look into this chapter, as I look into the persistence with regards to sales, with regards to closing, I see it as it's an essential factor in transmuting desire into its monetary equivalent. So for you to have faith in something that you really want and you want to transmute that desire, you have to persist, right? It's the basis of persistence is the power of the will, and will is a higher mental faculty. So as you start studying the material, you're going to engage in thinking. That's why we call it Think and Grow Rich. That's why we call it Thinking into Results. It's not just randomly walking around and just listening to the TV, and it's actually thinking. You have to take that time to think. The sustained effort necessary to induce faith. And faith in what? Faith in what you want, desire and transmuting of what you want into the money part that you want. We're talking about money because money is easy to measure. So, will and power and desire are essential in this endeavor, right? Will and power are essential. So, why is that? Well, it's because that's what it's going to take. Persistence is essential procedure in transmitting the desire. You're going to think of something intellectually and you're going to desire it. You're going to have to want it so many times until it happens. And you're going to have to use your will and focus to make it happen. All right. Your will is a higher mental faculty. Willpower and desire, when combined, so you're desiring something and there has to be a burning desire. And when you have the will to focus on it, you should be able to induce it into faith. Now, how do you focus this will? Well, you focus this will by, like, it's like a magnifying glass. Once you start using your mind, you're going to learn that you can focus, just like you can use a magnifying glass to magnify the sun into a bead. When you go outside and you play with the magnifier, like, you ever done that when you were a kid that used to burn wood or burn leaves, or hopefully you're not burning ants and frogs. um, but you can magnify this. You can actually focus. And how do you focus? Because think about it. Like, if I ask you now to think of nothing and close your eyes and think of nothing, can you actually focus on nothing? Or can you focus on your goal, perhaps? Like, I have my goal card right here. Can you focus on your goal and nothing else? You're going to need that willpower. That's what we're going to teach you in thinking into results. That's where persistence comes in, to do that every day. You're going to need to have that goal, and that goal is part of your burning desire. That goal is part of what you really, 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 really want. And what is it that you really, really want? I don't know. Until we meet, until we discuss, I really don't know what you want. And I'm encouraging you to book an appointment so that we know what you want. Now, let's look at this chapter, this paragraph here for a second. Willpower and desire, when properly combined, make an irresistible pair. Men who accumulate great fortunes are generally known as cold blooded and sometimes ruthless. Often they are misunderstood. What they have is willpower, which they mix with persistence and place back of their desires to ensure the attainment of their objectives. Think about it. Henry Ford has been generally misunderstood to be ruthless and cold. Now, I don't know. I worked at that complex up with Henry Ford. It's a beautiful complex. And maybe at the beginning he was ruthless, but not at the end. And that's what people's perception, because they did not understand him. He really knew what he wanted. He had a very strong desire. He was even taken to court as ruthless and as like that. But it's not the case, right? So, again, I just want to thank you for listening and thanks for joining. Let's keep going here. Henry Ford has been misunderstood to be ruthless and cold blooded. This misconception grew out of Ford's habit of following through in all of his plans with persistence. The majority of people are ready to throw their aims and purpose overboard and give up at the first sign of opposition. Now, when you are struggling in your business, do you give up right away? Or do you have some persistence inside of you that, sets you to actually continue this effort? And that's what we're going to teach you. You're going to have to persist in your sales effort. You're going to have to persist in what you're trying to do. All right. It's not going to happen automatically. It's not going to be one day, first day, you're going to start winning. You're going to have to persist. Now, there's a couple things that I'm going to share with you that has to do with closing, that has to do with sales, and how you are not closing enough sales, because that's the topic today, because of persistence. Let's keep on with this paragraph because this is essential from Think and Grow Rich. The few carry on despite all opposition until they attain their goal. These few are the Fords, Carnegies, Rockefellers, and Edison. So look at these names. Henry Ford, Carnegies, Rockefellers, Edison. They persisted through the struggle to get to what they want to get. They had a burning desire. Do you have a burning desire? When you're in that sales game, do you have that desire? There may be no heroic connotation to the word persistence, but the quality is to the character of man what carbon is to steel. Now, I'm a steel guy. I understand what that means. Steel without carbon is soft like rubber. So if you don't have persistence, it's like that steel without carbon. You're very soft and malleable and you're wishy-washy. You don't have that strength. What if you can change that? What if you could change all that? The building of a fortune generally involves the application of the entire 13 factors of this philosophy. These principles must be understood. They must be applied with persistence by all who accumulate money. So as we study Think and Grow Rich, as we study service, as we study thinking into results, These ideas keep coming back again and again and again. And how is that related to sales? Well, it is related in every way to sales. It is related in how we do it. It is related in what we do, right? And I'm going to share with you something here. It's an email that I just sent out to my group, and I'm going to use that as part of today's talk. So let's do that. Let's share with you how closing is going to help you into that endeavor. So here's the window, and I hope it's big enough. Let's see if you can see it. It's perhaps a little bit small, so let me go to it and make it a little bit bigger because then it is much easier to see. So let's do that, and we'll do that, and because I cannot see all the windows, but so here's me there thinking into results, reasons why you're not closing during your sales. So one of the main thing that is going on here, right? What is really happening with this sales game? What is going on? Most people don't like to close, or most people don't even get there, but it seems to be a hot topic, right? And this is the email that I just sent out this morning, and that's why I'm encourage you to sign into my seminar that's coming up, and there's going to be a part of it has to do with sales. Part of it's going to have to do with what you can do and how to get that game moving. And if you want to start receiving these emails, make sure you sign up to the seminar, and then you will get a free gift, all that good stuff that we share with you. Okay, so make sure you're doing that. Now, what am I talking about? I'm talking about you not closing during your sales presentation. Now, we study this today at 1 p.m. In 12 minutes. We open the class and we call it one sale a day. And you are basically failing to present this big motive to them. For them to buy from you, for them to help you through the sales game, persistence comes in. You have to present it, you have to persist, and you're going to have this motive. You need to have a motive. Your motive backs out all the action that you're going to take. If you don't have this motive, it's not going to happen. So this means without a motive, this your client, your new prospect will never make this decision that they need to make to move forward with you. So you need to have this motive. You need to find their motive. That's what I'm talking about. Now, how do you do that consistently? How do you develop the muscle? How do you develop the habit of doing this? Well, we teach that in the One Sale a Day Club. We teach that, and it's a fun, easy environment where you learn and you practice, right? So you're failing to present this motive for buying. You need to have a motive. You need to find their motive. Without this, the prospect is not going to buy. Do you know their motives? Why should they be buying from you? Because if you haven't figured it out, a few steps down the road, it's not going to happen. So the ideas start much earlier than the actual presentation. The idea of this motive has to start much earlier. You need to have the motive before yourself, and then you're going to work on finding their motive as you ask them questions. You got to ask them intelligent questions. The idea starts much earlier than you think. Your job will be to get clear on it before the next call. Now, how do you do that? Well, we study that. We study it in a process called Path to Agreement. 1 p.m. today and on Saturdays at 9 a.m., we study the subject called Path to Agreement. We study it so that we learn this sales game, right? So that we can persist. Because if you're not persisting, it's not going to happen. Now, how would you persist? Well, the salesperson who lacks this persistence, which I was talking about in chapter 9 in Think and Grow Rich, that salesperson lacks the faith and lacks the courage and lacks the goal. So you need to have that built in. And that's where Think and Grow Rich comes in. That's where Thinking Results comes in to help you have that persistence, have that faith, have that goal. Persistence is essential to close more sales. If you don't persist, you're not going to close. There's more to the game. And I want you to have it. I want you to start winning. And so how do we do that? Well, we do that by studying a process called Path to Agreement. And Path to Agreement is a beautiful concept that Bob Proctor, rest in peace, Bob, have really perfected over the years. Truly perfected it. And you can study it with us. You can literally start studying with us, like as soon as today. And this is how it looks like. So it starts with a very fundamental ideas of sales is in the mind and how to build your business, how to build your professional ability to sell, your professional ability to close. You know, you can read Think and Grow Rich all you want on your own, But until you start applying the principles into the material, into your daily habits, nothing's going to happen. So if you want to be professional, if you want to learn the sales game, if you want to move to manage people and understand the psychology of the mind and the behavior of the individuals, you are not going to close enough. You're not going to become that top professional. So I'm inviting you to join. I'm inviting you to show up, show up at your best, show up everywhere you can, and I'm going to share with you how you can do that. Right? And you can do it very easily. You just have to commit to yourself that you want to do that, and you're gonna show up for yourself more than anything to make a difference, right? How do you make a difference? You have to invest in yourself. And how do you invest in yourself? You start investing in yourself in learning, in education, being in a group that's supportive. So we study this material twice a week. You'll get to one class either Tuesdays or Saturday, 1 p.m. on Tuesday, which is in 5 minutes, and or on Saturday at 9 a.m. We study the concepts of selling. We study how you can set your mind to win, and it's a process. It's a 6-step process that would walk you through the sales process. It almost never fails. If you follow the process and practice, it never fails. So this is one of the groups that I have for that we created from this. This came out of my clients. They needed to learn how to sell. We started it, and it's just incredible. So I encourage you to join. I encourage you to say, "Yep, I want it." And as soon as you do, I'll see you. The email will go out, and you'll be able to come into the class. So that's what I have for you today on persistence. I can't give it to you all in 10, 15 minutes, but I definitely want to thank you. I want to encourage you to join. I want to encourage you to come to the seminar that I have in a couple of weeks. And also on Thursday nights, I'm going to have a mastermind, like a free mastermind, kind of open Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. So Thursday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern. Thursdays, 8 p.m. Eastern mastermind meeting. That's going to be free for everybody to come in and ask questions. It's not going to be a big presentation. It's more going to be getting to know you, seeing where you're at, what business you do, see if we can build that part of the community. So I encourage you to join, encourage you to reach out, and start becoming the best version of you. If you're too shy to call and if you're too shy to show up and do that kind of stuff, well, I'll give you my phone number here and you can text. All right, you can text me or email, and we go from there. I mean, it's very very easy. Just text and say, hey, this is what I'm looking for, and let's do it. So very easy. Text up this number on the screen, 941-676-9592, and say, let's talk, and off we go. With that, I want to thank you for listening. Thanks for watching live. For those who are watching the recording, reach out. Remember, 2 dates. 2 dates, Thursday nights, free mastermind, and the seminar that's coming up. So make sure you register to that, and then you start getting the gifts, the book, my published book. I'm also published Awesome now with an amazing forward that's coming up. So it's just so exciting, a lot of good things. And I want you to start having this success yourself as well. So you've been following me for a while. It's time to really up level the game. We're in the second quarter of 2022. Let's make it happen for you. And I just want to wish you an amazing day. You got to get ready for the class. So thanks again. Talk soon. Blessings to all. And keep up the good work. Peace out. Really, really appreciate every one of you for forwarding this and sharing this. And if you're struggling and things are not working, don't wait. I want you to just stop waiting. Just let's get serious. Stop waiting. I waited too long, so I don't want you to wait. Okay? Let's go.